Hey guys, welcome back to Clean Home, Calm Mind. My name is Michelle and today's video starts week one of my spring cleaning series. I know that it's probably, you're seeing everyone do their spring cleaning right now and it's a perfect time to do that. Down here in Georgia, it's been so beautiful. The weather has been in like the mid to high 70s to the low 80s, sunny and wonderful, and it just gives me so much motivation and excitement to get my house clean and touch places that don't get touched very often. So in today's video we're going to be spring cleaning my kitchen, and so if you need some extra motivation and maybe even some ideas of where you could be cleaning your home for spring, then stick around and I will show you exactly what I do to clean my kitchen. So first I'm going to start off with some basic kitchen, just cleaning. So I had to unload my dishwasher and then get another load started. And really I should have probably deep cleaned my dishwasher, but since I had dishes in there, I just didn't get around to it in this video. But make sure that you are deep cleaning your dishwasher. I know it seems a little bit like, it's cleaning already, but it needs to be cleaned, and it's probably one of the few places, or one of the many places, that we forget to clean because it's always in use. And so just keep that in mind. Be sure that you're deep cleaning your dishwasher as well.
Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, what you do, doing what you do, do what you like to, what you like to do, what you like to, what you like to, what you like to do.
So after getting all of my dishes out of the way, I pulled out my Bissell Steam Shot. There were a few places around the sink that badly needed some cleaning, so I'm going to use the Steam Shot around my faucet, and then there's sort of that seam between the granite countertop and where the sink begins, and a lot of junk flies up in there and gets crammed up in there, and it's pretty nasty, and sometimes it can start to smell bad too. So like I said, I took out my Bissell Steam Shot, and we're going to start there after I rinse the sink out. And I will show you afterwards just how much debris and gunk gets caught up in there.
Was on its way out. I wasn't sober and I was thinking out loud. I spoke of your bravery, your wit and audacity of coming over and letting go of it all. Please move close to me.
And if you can see here around my drain, and it's kind of hard to tell, but it was starting to kind of look a little bit orange and just dirty. So I used the Steam Shot around there just to loosen anything up, but I do have to go in later with an old toothbrush and really scrub it out, and it makes a huge difference. So if you have a stainless steel sink, and this could work for other types of sinks as well, but since I don't have anything else besides stainless steel, this is all I can tell you for that. Make sure that you're really scrubbing down in there, because once again, all the stuff that goes in our sink, it gets caught up in those little bitty crevices. So we just want to make sure we're keeping those nice and clean. I'm just going to use a little bit of baking soda, and then I'm going to spray vinegar on top. And I will tell you that baking soda and vinegar is 100% the star of the show today. Since we're cleaning a lot of areas that we prepare food, or in my oven we cook food, I don't really like using those heavy duty cleaners, although they work really well. they just don't, I don't like using them in places where, you know, like I said, we prepare food and all that good stuff. I don't want to be ingesting those harsh chemicals. So it does take a little bit more elbow grease, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth it to be on the safer side. So I'm just gonna scrub, and I let it sit for a little bit, but then I had to really get it with an old toothbrush and start scrubbing. And you'll see this toothbrush actually, it starts sliding up, and it kind of freaked me out for a second. I didn't know what it was, but it's just an old toothbrush that had a timer on it, and so I accidentally pushed the button and the lights lit up everywhere. But anyway, I will show you the after, and it looks a million times better, so be sure that you're cleaning in your sink drains as well.
Never felt more like a winner than I do tonight. Never more certain the path laid before me was right. You over there with the curls in your hair, couldn't find more of a reason to stare. Never seen eyes look into me as you do tonight. And honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world, but it fades when you're near. So tell me where we go from here. Tell me where we go from here. If you'd hate the ocean, then I'd turn the water to land. If you'd miss the sunlight, I'd fill up the cups of my hands. And honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world, but it fades with you near. Tell me where we go from here. Oh, where do we go? The lights burn out low, the spring dust is snow.
So embarrassingly, my oven was the biggest job of the day. It's not like, I know it looks really bad, but it's not like I've never cleaned this before, but you know, things do get spilled down in there, and okay, so it's really bad. But anyway, so the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the rack, and I'm actually gonna soak that in the bathtub to get all of this stuff that's kind of burnt on there loosened up while I do everything else. So once again, I'm using baking soda and vinegar to just really scrub it down, and it does take some time. I actually had intentions of doing a few other things, and I just didn't get around to it because this took a lot longer than I expected. And I was doing research online, and it really said to let like the baking soda and vinegar sit for about 12 hours, which I didn't prepare enough. But if you have the time to let it really soak and sit, I think it would probably take a lot less time and maybe even work a little bit better, because you'll see at the end there's actually a few spots that I just could not get clean. And I'm gonna actually try it again. I'm gonna try the baking soda and vinegar and letting it sit for 12 hours. But since we cook most of our meals at home, it can be really tricky to find a time to do it, because you have to make sure that your oven it's off and cool and not hot. And let me give you a little tip that if you do use the baking soda and vinegar, it works really well, but make sure that when you go to cook, you let it like cook out. And I made the mistake of opening the oven and looking inside like as it was cooking or as it was heating up, and it kind of burned my eyes. So don't make that same mistake. It didn't affect me in any other way, but it did sting, so just be a little bit careful. And so while that's sitting, I'm actually going to go around with some powdered Tide and hot water and just scrub down the areas. We don't have a backsplash, so all we have is just the regular plain wall. I'm just going to go through and use that to get all of the stuff that has splashed up from the sink and cooking and doing all the other good stuff around the kitchen.
I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late. now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding. I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you. It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better. So much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, I know it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. Tick tock, the clock keeps ticking. Don't know what I should do. I wish you would be right here with me. I'm thinking of you, thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too.
So something that I learned fairly recently is that most oven doors actually come off. There's like these little hinges that you can flip that sort of unlock the door from the oven itself, and it makes it so much easier to clean both inside the oven and the oven door. So I actually had to Google mine to see how to do it, but as you can see, all of that stuff has just fallen in between the cracks and down in the drawer, and it's dusty and just really disgusting. So I'm going to pull the drawer out and clean that separately. And you can see I've pulled my oven out before from the wall, I feel like fairly recently, and this was still under there. So just make sure that you're cleaning underneath or behind your oven as well. You can actually even pull it out from the wall, which yes, you can get all the stuff out from underneath, but you have to remember that when you're cooking, you know, liquids and other things fall in between the oven and the countertop. And so I have pulled it out, and it's been really gross on the sides of your oven, of my oven as well. So if that's something that you want to do, make sure you're pulling it out and you can really clean on the sides as well. So I'm going to start scrubbing with just like a scrubbing sponge. And like I said, this takes a long time, and it takes a few coats of the baking soda. But I feel like the baking soda really helps, like, it's kind of abrasive, but a gentle abrasive, I guess. So it just really helps pull that stuff off. And I really like using vinegar because I feel like it really is good at loosening baked on junk as well.
Till I'm gone. If you just hold on. If you just hold on. Don't think I could ever love the way you do. I'll try to make it up if you need me to. Something in your smile, I've never been so sure that all I ever wanted was to give you more. 'Cause if it all were up to me, we would always stay this free, and I would never let you go. 'Cause of you, don't wanna waste another.
So over on the door, I'm going to use the exact same method as well. And like I said, it works and it gets it clean, but it does take a lot of scrubbing and a little bit of time. So just a reminder, if you want to use the heavy duty stuff, you know, that's whatever you decide to do is fine, but this is what I prefer. So if you're looking for something a little more natural, this is a very good option.
Say it ain't so. Say you won't go. I will love you in the dark. I will never let it go. Say it ain't so. Say you won't go. I will love you
Without you, I will love you in the dark. And if you ever fall out, please don't leave me out.
So there was definitely some gunk that fell in from the oven into the drawer, plus just, like regular dust and some dirt. So I already had the Tide out, and so I decided to go ahead and just use the Tide in hot water to clean it out. And it wasn't so super bad, so I just vacuumed out all the crumbs and then anything else that was sort of caked on. I just used the Tide and water, and that seemed to work really well.
Without stories that aren't mine. What I did to achieve you gave me air, thought I had to. I'm untrue, it's not pretty, the truth hurts. And you stayed on the ground while I was high. Yes, you've been here before.
So here we are for round 2 of trying to scrub out the oven. So while I was cleaning out the drawer and preparing the door of the oven, I sprayed a little bit more vinegar just to let it sit, and it helped a little bit, but like I said, there were a few spots that were just so caked on there that I'm going to have to go back to, but I'm just going to wipe out as much of the baking soda and vinegar as I can with some paper towels, and we will be moving on.
What you thinking, but I know how you feeling. I have crushed and burned someone before, and now I'm afraid of the person I'm pretending to be. But I'm more afraid to tell you I'm less than you see. And I know when I let go right now, I'm gonna turn you against me. 'Cause baby, you stayed on the ground while I was high. Yes, you've been here before. You closed the door. Now I don't know what to say. I expect you to leave. I deserve to be unhurt, but I want you to see that you are the reason why I try. 'Cause it's the look in your eyes filled with doubts, and I'm scared.
Just another little tip that the glass in your oven door, I believe, is double paned, and so there should be like a little slit at the bottom of your door that you can actually I've seen people use like hangers and cloths and sort of stick it up there to clean, because sometimes stuff does splash up in between the glass and get really dirty. I didn't have that issue, surprisingly, with mine, so I ended up not doing that. But if you feel like you have something caught in between the panes of glass, you can, like I said, use a hanger with a cloth, or there may be some other methods. So you can try doing that. But like I said, I didn't have that problem, so that is not something that I attempted today. But I just wanted to let you know, just in case you weren't aware, because that's something that I actually learned pretty recently as well.
Hey, I try my best to talk to you, tell you about the things I like to do. You know your smile is lighting up the room, up the room. Do you always look this beautiful? Can I kiss you when the night is through? Because right now it's all I wanna do, wanna do. Your lipstick left a mark on my cheek, so I keep thinking.
So as you can see, it is not perfect by any means, but it is so much better than what we started with. And considering the fact that this is the oven that we moved into the house with, and so other people have used it as well, I would like to think that's pretty good. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the oven put back together, and then I'm going to clean the oven rack so that we can move on to the next project.
You wanna do it again, you wanna do it again sometime. I wanna hear your voice over the phone. Can I call you when I get back home? So we can talk about you and I, you and I. Or can you tell me what you wanna do? I'll do anything you ask me to, as long as I can spend the day with you, day with you. Lipstick left a mark on my cheek, so I keep thinking of you. Whoa, you wanna do it again, you wanna do it again sometime. Whoa, can I see you again, can I see you again sometime?
So here I'm just using some Dawn dish soap and a scrubbing sponge to just get all that baked on junk off, and you can see it falling into the water. So letting it soak is really helpful because I've tried doing it without that and just using, once again, like the heavy duty Easy Off or stuff like that. And since I didn't want to use that, I just decided to let it soak in the bathtub and then clean the bathtub out a little bit later, and that worked really well.
Ooh, I just can't stop thinking of you. Whoa, you wanna do it again, you wanna do it again sometime. Whoa, can I see you again, can I see you again sometime?
So there's lots of different products that you can use for your appliances, but I really like the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day cleaning solution. There's so many different scents that are so great. So I'm using the basil scent, which I got in the fall, and I just love it so much. So I'm just going to use it again here in the spring. And like I said, anything will work. There's different, stainless steel cleaners and other things like that, but Mrs. Meyer's works really well, and probably most multi-purpose cleaners. And I've also used, just a little tip for you, sometimes I use like Pledge furniture polish, and that does a really great job as well. The last major area that I want to get clean in my kitchen today is the floors. These get so dirty. So you don't see him in today's video because we didn't have him yet. But over this past weekend, we got a new puppy. He's a little Yorkie, and his name is Votto. He's named after Joey Votto of the Cincinnati Reds, and you'll see him in next week's video, I hope. But he's staying in the kitchen now, and he does a really good job of using like the little puppy pads, but sometimes our other dog, Clover, she's also a Yorkie, she has accidents in the house when we're not home, and she likes to go in the kitchen, which I'm grateful because it's the tile, but we've got another little Yorkie in there as well, and that's kind of where he stays when we're not home. So there's a lot more messes to be cleaned up, and so getting and keeping the kitchen floor clean sometimes is a bit of a hassle. But I've mentioned this machine a billion times in my videos. I use it unbelievably often. It's just the Hoover Smartwash. I think it's like the Pet Complete version of it. There's a few different versions, and I have 100% gotten my money's worth out of this thing. It's made for carpet, but it seems to work fairly well for us on the tile. So if you have one of these and you want to clean your hard floors with it, I haven't used it on hardwood floors before because it does, there's a lot of water that does come out because it's made for carpets and, the thicker carpet. But if you have tile and you have one of these machines, I think it's a pretty good option. I prefer the machines that suck up the dirty water as opposed to mops that kind of seem to spread it around. But anyway, so I'm just going to use the Hoover to clean up the tile, and then I'm actually going to deep clean the carpet cleaner as well because I rinse it out every time I use it, but it still gets a lot of buildup and gross stuff from the floor, so I'm going to actually use my Bristol steam shot to clean the Hoover.
I deserve to be unhurt, but I want you to see that you are the reason why I try. 'Cause it's the look in your eyes filled with doubts, and I'm scared. I am trying my very best to make it okay, but do you even care anymore? Yes, baby, you stayed on the ground.
if you have one of these machines or you're thinking about getting one, take my advice and be sure that you clean it as well as you can after each use. Sometimes I always rinse this out like immediately, because if you let it sit for just even a little bit, it will start to get very smelly, and then it's just horrible to have to clean out. So make sure that you're rinsing out the dirty water tank every single time. And then you'll see me cleaning like the spin brushes that actually like clean the floors. I don't rinse those out every single time, but I probably should. It would probably be a lot easier to clean it, deep clean it every time if I just rinsed it. And it's really easy to take apart and clean, and I'll show you how I do that. But like I said, just be sure that you're, dumping and rinsing the dirty water tank every single time, because it does smell bad.
I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the sun, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire.
So first I'm just gonna, wipe up all of the larger chunks of grossness with a paper towel and get that all out of the way. And I'm gonna be disinfecting and steam cleaning as well. So that's the plan.
Stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. No need to look back, this too shall pass. I want you to stay around. I tried so hard to see what holds you back. You don't have to be alone. And if you don't know by now,
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it here to the end, be sure to hit the subscribe button and come back next week for the next installment of spring cleaning for 2022. I'm going to be deep cleaning our bathrooms. And so that's a good one to watch because our bathrooms desperately needed it. So once again, thank you so much, and I hope I see you again next week. Bye, guys.
I know time will tell you why. The sun will shine again tomorrow for you. Don't leave me out when it all comes crashing down. Your time will come. I will never let you